Hey, Mr. Peterson's class at Wilkinson. This is Joe Pfluger. I was a student of Mr. P's back in the day in his 4th grade class. And yeah, still this day, graduated through college. Still probably one of my favorite teachers, so y'all appreciate him. Okay, so I graduated from Texas A&M with a forestry degree. So I studied trees and how to manage land. Same thing with my dad. He also went to A&M and studied forestry, so I just kind of followed in his footsteps. Now he has his own company, Lone Star Forestry. And yeah, we basically just manage land and take care of people's property. So this is actually my dad's property, and he has a little tree farm where we grow these pine trees, baby pine trees, and eventually we'll harvest them whenever they're about that size. And yeah, it's a good little investment for whenever you're older. And leaves are important for trees because they take sunlight and convert the sunlight into energy using photosynthesis. So you'll learn about that later, but they're pretty and they're green because they're full of chlorophyll, and that chlorophyll by photosynthesis turns that sunlight into energy for the tree to use. So with a little sunlight and a little water, your trees can grow up healthy from little babies to, these are almost 5 years old, I believe, and then eventually they'll be in their 20s like this and have a nice big tree. Gig 'em. So this guy, I just want to show you guys this because this is gorgeous property, especially with the sun coming through. So I'll just kind of show this camera around. But nice big pine trees, and she's got an old little house over there, another little house over there, and a shed. But this is just the beginning. I'm walking into a lot of it, and I think there's a good little creek, creek on the backside, and then a pond too. So we'll see. I'll show you guys whenever I get there. But beautiful timber here. I hate spiders. There's one right there. Oh gosh. I hate spiders. They're everywhere. Ugh. Oh. Wow. Man, this is just gorgeous. Platform up there. Very pretty. Hey, Mr. P's class, I was just going to show you guys some of our equipment. So this is our little warehouse. So we've got, various things that we use in here. So cabinet of chemicals, some T-posts and some barbed wire. We build some fence sometimes too. There's some old signs up there. We've got a bunch of paint for whenever we'll mark trees with a paint gun. I don't see one here, otherwise I'd show you. But which trees we want the loggers to cut. And then we've got some chemicals for spraying fence so that the brush and stuff doesn't grow too high on it. Let's see, this is our Polaris Ranger, and it's pretty dang cool. It's like 4-wheel drive. And then we have this big 55-gallon tank on the back of it that fills up with water, and then you turn on this pump and you can spray out fire if it gets out whenever we're doing one of our prescribed burns, which is a lot of fun. And then we just got these 2 new 4-wheelers. We had 2 old ones in the same trailer last week, but we just got these this past Friday, so we haven't used them yet in the field, but we're pretty excited to. We just got them loaded down with these tanks. So same thing with this. This is just a bigger version and a nicer version. These are little 15-gallon tanks that we fill up with water, and if you get a little catch out of fire, you can spray it out. It doesn't do much, but it's easier than raking it out if you have to. So yeah, so it's pretty cool, pretty clean. Not gonna be clean for long. And then these are our torches. So whenever this is actually a torch that I use every time. So this is full of, this is a little, actually I can't remember the size of this, but it's 2 parts gasoline, 3-part diesel. So you fill that up, it drips out of this onto this little wick here, and then you light the wick, and then it drips fire. It's really cool, called a drip torch. So whenever we do our controlled burns, that's how we light those, and then those are all full of our fuel. But yeah, that's about it. That's the shop. Hope you enjoyed it. Gig 'em. I'm here in my backyard. Here to just show you guys a few trees that we've got back here. So sweet gum first. This star shaped. I bet you guys are coloring one of these. That's a pretty iconic one. It drops these little gun balls, which I saw some earlier. I know I see some way up there. It drops little gun balls, and that's how it produces new seedlings. And then this big one right here and this tree, these are both white oaks. These are my favorite. They have these really pretty leaves. Y'all might be coloring those too. You'll probably have smaller versions like that, but they're hardwood, so they drop acorns, and that's their seed to produce little seedlings too. And then we've got a live oak right here with those little leaves. And then let's see, these pine trees were the last that I was going to show you. So that's a long leaf. This is also a long leaf pine. So it drops those pine needles that you see on the ground like that. Just a little pine tree, and it'll also drop these cones. So yeah, a little day in forestry. Thanks for coming along with me today. I hope you guys learned a little bit from me, and enjoy the rest of your school year. See you later, Mr. P.